Hello, good afternoon, and welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us for another roundtable with Ron and Ben. I am Ron, and let's bring Ben in here.
Good morning, Ron.
Good
How you doing?
Ben. How are you? I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Fantastic.
Just want to get a real quick check with everybody, make sure that we can hear everybody.
Yep, I can hear you on my end.
Okay, I'm not seeing anybody saying anything in chat, so let's just assume that everything is good. Okay, here we go. So we got some people coming in right now saying hello. Okay, fantastic. So, couple of things. We're actually going to be talking about the order keys and how to use them, and some tips and tricks for them as well. Couple of announcements I guess I wanted to kind of cover. I know that some of you already know that Apex is having Valentine's Day sale, I guess, something like that. So another flash sale, call it Valentine's Day, whatever it is, where you get 80% off all your eval accounts, regardless of size, and 80% off the renewal. And the code for that is large. If you use large, that's the code that we have for everything else. So you actually do get the 80% as well. So whatever the current discount is running, the large code will work for that. There's that. What else did I want to get covered? Oh, for all the new people who are not Apex members, there'll be a link in the description on how to join Lori, Daryl, and myself in the Elite Room every day, 9:30 to 12 Eastern, and you can join for free to get access to that for free for 30 days. Where you get access to all the tools, the indicators, the training, and the live trading session, and also the latest edition, which is a Power Hour that we're doing every single afternoon now between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern, where we cover the intra-bar scalp setup, and we discuss that there. Anything else I'm missing, Ben?
No, I think that covers it for what we want to go over today.
Okay. So if I look away, guys, sorry. I'm trying to kind of get everything organized on running things on my end, so what you guys can see, and trying to make it as seamless and as easy as possible. So kind of bear with me for just 1 second.
Yeah, I got the easy job. I just got to sit here and talk.
Yeah,
you got to do all the technical stuff.
Fantastic. Let's see. Alrighty, let's see what I was going to do here. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. I just thought I had this thing a little more organized, and I don't. So I apologize.
Does anyone here use, like, are they currently using order keys?
Yeah, and then the follow-up question to that is anybody who's not familiar with order keys and what it is?
Because I have used order keys in the past, but not so much now. But I know Ron exclusively uses order keys, and he loves it.
Yeah, so I don't know if anybody does not know what it is, but just a real quick and dirty for those who are going to be watching or are watching right now and have no idea what order keys are and where it comes from. Basically, it is. This is how you get it. You get it through the Apex website. Once you get into the portal and you get into Bootcamp, you'll have this option to get the chart trader, which is the Apex chart trader, which what it'll do is, let me pull up a chart really quick to kind of show you. Let's see. Okay. So.
Yeah, I think for everyone using, like if you don't have Chart Trader, you should get it. Not just for the order keys, but because you can do the buy and sell on close, and to like trade the Lorax and everything, or all the other Apex setups. If you're not using the TA, like the chart trader is the only way to do it. Well, not the only way to do it, but it's a lot easier way to do it to make sure that your entries are getting it in there at the right price.
Okay, so this will probably be a good indication of what it looks like. So here is the this is the basic order prints chart that I have set up with the Apex chart trader, and the difference is you get these little options here, and what I did, let me maximize this. If you go into the indicators section, and you have order keys, and that's the add-on that I'm adding for the order keys option, and then the chart trader. So you can actually trade order keys without the chart trader, but when you purchase chart trader, you get order keys with it. So these two things come together. So the focus is on order keys, so let's do that. So you just add, you basically find order keys on in the list, which is right here, and then you just add it to your your chart here, and by default it gives you these key combinations to where you buy and you sell, and this is at bar close. So right now the default is 8 and 5, and this is on the number pad and on the keypad, and if anybody has any questions along the way, please ask them, and we'll kind of go through it. And Ben, if you can just, because I'm not looking at the chat right now, so you just let me know. Okay, thanks. So by default, it comes with 8, 5, 2, and 1 are the default keys. Primarily, the buy and the sell is, let's say, for example, if you're trading the Lorax and you're going to be trying to put an order in to go long. So here, you know what, let me do this. So if, let's say hypothetically speaking, this bar was going to be a Lorax setup, it had everything we needed, and we're going to go long with it. So as soon as you click the Control 8, which was the long, hold on one second, guys. Let me do something here. Bear with me for 1 second. Do something so I can actually test this thing.
Yeah, don't want to put in a
Yeah, I don't want to put a live order and have this thing execute. That would not be a good thing. All right, let me just try and make sure that this is correct. Okay, so it did not go anywhere. Fantastic. All right, so basically, let's say for example we wanted to go long, so we just click the long, and it's going to put the price. It automatically knows where the bar is going to close, which is 33,760. And now, if the bar closes up, then this order will get picked up and executed. And if it closes down, the order is going to stay, okay? So we have to manually cancel it. That's the difference between this and actually using the chart trader, the buy on close or sell on close. So those are the two distinct differences between the two. And the question Jake's I know was about the cancel, and we'll go over that in a second. So I actually programmed a hotkey where I have the control number 3, and you do that under your hotkeys option. So if you go to Tools and Hotkeys in NinjaTrader, it'll bring up your hotkeys, which is what this is. And under Global, I have 2 hotkeys, which is cancel all orders and then flatten everything. So the controlled decimal will flatten all my positions if they're open and I want to close the positions. So for example, since I trade multiple accounts, if I ever find myself in a position where only 1 or 2 of my positions closed and all the rest didn't, then I do the hotkey of control decimal on the number pad, and it'll basically flatten all my positions. Same thing will hold true for the control 3. So again, we'll do the function key for control 8 for bar closed long, which is, and you have to be, your chart has to be selected for this to work. If your chart is not selected, it will not work. So now the chart is selected, I clicked it in the chart, I'm doing control 8, and there's the order. Oop, I want to cancel it, control 3, and it cancels it. Okay? You guys get that? And the same thing would be the other direction. So for me, the short is the actual control 2, which is different than the default, which is control 5. So if I do control 2, it gives me the short entry down here. And then to cancel is the number pad as well. So again, the long is here, cancel, the short is here. Okay, now I usually don't use the buy and sell on this particular chart, on the OP chart, because the numbers are different and they don't move as well, and it basically goes with the setup. So let me yeah, I'd have to bring in a 10-tick chart to show this. But so then the other option that we have is the actual placement of the cursor. So, and this is one of the things that, I don't know if CJ is in here, this is one of the things that he was talking about that he was having issues with and people are asking about with the intrabar scalp. Since we don't actually are waiting for bar close, we're looking for a certain position to place our entry. So, like for example, let's pretend this paw is going to be our entry for the intrabar scalp. So 802 is the target, which means at 12 we'd have to be going short. So right now price is above, so if I do a control 1, which is what I have the sell at the pointer, if it comes back and picks us up, now the bar closed, so we're going to cancel it. So we'll basically cancel that order. So the hotkeys that I have set up for the cursor placement are the 1 and the 2 with the control. So for example, we're above the price and I want to go short, so I'm going to basically do the control 1, which will give me sell, which means the sell would be, but if I wanted to go long, then I would do the 2, which will give me buy, and this is above. So if you're placing the cursor above the price, it'll give you a buy limit, and a short would be a short limit, the sell limit. Okay, so on the top will be like a stop limit buy order, and a sell limit to go short. And the same would hold true basically reverse if it's below. So if we wanted to go short, we would have to go the 2 instead of the 1 to sell the limit. And if we wanted to go long, we would do the 1. So it's basically backwards. The keys are inverted. But it's still the 1 and the 2 keys that I have for the cursor placement. Now, CJ was saying he was having an issue with it being right at the price. So 33,845 is my price, and I want to sell go short. So watch, I'm going to hit the order, and 33,845, and 33,845 is the selling price. So you actually have to be in that chart, okay, and then pointing at the price that you want, and you watch the scale. I usually have the crosshair, so it's easier for me to kind of move the mouse around, and I don't have to worry about, and then I just do the keys of the control 2 or control 1, depending if I want to basically go long or short. So any questions about that? Crickets. All right. So we're done. I guess all the questions are answered, and everybody knows what we're doing, and we're good.
Yeah, that's a quick version of order keys. It's really helpful to place orders, especially for the inner bar scalps, right? Because it's always, when we started doing the inner bar scalps, found it difficult, to look at not to look at the chart, but to get those orders placed at the correct price. And so I'll use order keys for the inner bar scalps, but for the other stuff, I use the chart trader.
Okay, so the question is, will this work with the TA? Yes, it does. I don't use the TA. I do have it. I just have it completely disabled. So when you're trading intrabar scalp, for example, which is primarily where order keys really shines with the cursor placement, then this is really where it works. So let's try this just for fun. Okay, 33,784.
Ron, real quick.
Yeah.
I need to mute my mic. I have to make a phone call.
Okay.
So I apologize. It's not what I wanted to do, but I'll be back.
No problem.
As soon as I can.
No problem. So where was I? All right, let's do this. When Ben comes back, he'll chime in, let me know, and then we'll bring it back on. So, as you can see, I have the ATM set up. Okay, so let's say, for example, we wanted to go short. Which way is this thing going to go on us? Do we have any idea? Well, let's say it's going to go long. So let's just do a long entry here. Okay, so we're going to wait to get picked up, and with my luck, we probably won't. And then you can move these orders any way you want. You can put them anywhere, right? So let's just pretend this is our entry. So we just got basically long, and it immediately put in our ATM. Now our target is 10 ticks because that's the way the ATM is set up, and then the stop is at 21. And then once we're there, we can actually move it. So let's hide behind this mini magnet just for an example. And then if we wanted to move our target a little bit, let's just say we do it here. It's just standard ATM stuff. That's all. Just the way you manage a trade. It's just all normal stuff. So, and it does work. What was the other question? Yeah, it works with the ATM. And you can set this up without using the TA. So, John, that answers your question. And Oh, the chart's not showing. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I'll do this again. How about now? Can we see the chart? All right. So sorry, guys. So let's start this again. So we'll put the order. Do we have any idea which indication? Okay, let's say this is going to go long. So we'll place a long entry right here. Whoops, we don't need it twice, we just need it once. So we'll place a long entry here. Actually, you know what? Let's try to do this. So let's go short, 94 short. No, we missed it. I was hoping to try to catch an interbar scalp. So no, 93 short. So let's try to go 93 short. And if it comes and picks us up, let's do this. Move a little bit. Can you guys see the chart now? Okay. So we got into a short, and it put us stop 21 ticks. All right, like I said before. And so we can move it, let's say if we want to reduce our risk, and then just because the market's really not doing all that great, we'll just move our target down a little bit just for, example purposes. And of course we got one tick. Okay, so here we go. So we took profit. So you're back. Okay. All right, Ben, let me get you back in. Actually, Ben, you can just go ahead and just unmute your mic and you can just talk back up.
Yep, sorry about that.
So it's okay. So you kind of see what just happened and how that works. So once the order's in, everything just kind of follows standard ATM and NinjaTrader, just anything the way it is normally. On the intrabar scalp, though, I just leave it as it is. So once I get in or out, I don't mess with it. The only thing I may have to move the stop, depending, is if there's order prints or something I want to hide behind. Okay. Why is the difference on the trademarks for long and short are displayed on the chart? The only difference 1 tick. What do you mean? I don't understand the question. By the way, this would be an offset of 1. And that's why there's that offset that we were talking about. So if we were to go bar close, which we just got in actually, so as you can see what happened, we put in the order on bar close. As soon as the bar closed, it picked us up. So this is perfect for like a lower X setup or a sniper setup. And then it puts, again, standard ATM, everything is it's just normal. It's just a matter of, how quickly, we don't have to worry about going in here and the right clicking and then buying limits, or sell stop or any of that stuff. You just use the order keys and you don't have to worry about, fumbling with the mouse. Okay. So let's just assume this thing's probably going to stop us out. So let's say we wanted to close the position. So I would just, hit my Control 3 and I just closed it, right? I just flattened the position because that's the hotkey that I have. Same thing here. If I place my order and I wanted to go short, okay? So here's my sell limit, okay? And then, oh, wait, I don't want to, I don't want that order. It didn't flatten it. Okay, so I just canceled the order, but I didn't flatten it. So I didn't want that order, so I just controlled my, my hotkeys out of it. Where in the NT do you program your hotkeys for buy and sell limit? Okay, Tony, so the hotkeys are not for the buy and sell limit. That's done with the order keys, and that's done through the indicator, the order keys indicator. So if you go into your indicators and then you go into the Apex order keys, then that would, this is where you define the hotkeys that you want to use. Oh, you only saw how to flatten? Okay. So that was under the tools and hotkeys. So when you click on tools, hotkeys, it brings this up, and then you go under global, and then I set up the orders. For cancel all orders, you can just program whatever key combination you want. I have control decimal and control 3 because I want to stay on the number pad. Being that I'm left-handed, I use my mouse with the left and then the keyboard with the right. It works really well for me. So I use the keypad on my right hand. So, you know, I always have both my hands doing whatever I need to do. So I move the mouse with my left hand and then the key combination with the keyboard. It's really easy for me to work through it. Does that make sense, Tony? You good?
I didn't know you were left-handed, Ron.
I am.
That explains so much.
Well, you know what they say, left-handed people do it right. So
I know, I'm left-handed too.
Oh, I had no idea. Well, there you go. There's another reason. So okay, sorry guys. Yes, we're having a bonding moment. Okay. Oh, brother. Okay. Whatever. There's that word again, right?
Yeah.
Right, Ben.
Sorry, I didn't mean to distract.
Oh man, that is so funny. So how's that for like a little bit of a sidebar? Okay. Yeah, exactly. Only left-handed people are in their right mind. So does flatten also cancel? No, it does not. So here's an example. I'll place an order, and then I'll cancel it. I'll place an order, see if we get picked up. You know, let's just do that. Let's just do sell market. And then I'll try to, oops, sell market again. So we got in, and notice I just canceled the orders. My position is still open. I got rid of my stop and my target, so you got to be careful. You got to make sure you actually flatten it all by the key combination. So here's the thing. If you are having your trade copier following what you're doing with your orders and everything else, it'll follow through everything. So everything you do here will transfer over to all your accounts, which is why I had to make sure that I was trading here. I had to make sure I was in the right SIM account, and then I actually went into my trade copier and changed the sim leader account that I have to a different one so that it doesn't follow, because if I do that, it will follow. So yeah, you have to make sure. We'll probably do a video on the trade copier as well. Had some questions about that. No screen again. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm new. So what I did was I did a sell market. So I'm in. And then I basically just closed all the I closed all the orders. I canceled all the orders, but it left the position open because I'll leave this open. Let me go back here. So if you guys remember, let's leave that here. Okay, so let's do this. We'll walk through this slow. Okay. It won't allow me to do this because I have the, oh shoot. Okay, so you guys remember that the flatten everything is the control decimal, and the cancel orders is control 3. Okay, remember that. Cancel orders, control 3. So I just flattened everything. Okay. I'm going to sell market. I'm going to pretend I got into whatever, we'll worry about the position in a second. Now, I'm going to cancel my orders, which was the control 3. I hit control 3. It left my position open. I have to immediately do, okay, the flatten. So if you're in a position and you're like, oh boy, I didn't want to be in here, once you close the position, it'll basically cancel all the orders. But you need to make sure if you're following that you don't have other orders waiting for your following accounts. So you have to go into your orders tab and then do the key combination of the controlled decimal point, which will cancel all the orders. Does that make sense? Is the screen up? It is. Okay, good.
Yeah, because if you do it incorrectly, you can get into a position where you have an open position, and then like the buy and sell orders are gone, but you're still in the market. So I know for me, like I always have my rhythmic position window open. So if on the rare chance that happens, like I'm aware of it, then I can flatten everything.
So here's something that happens a lot, and people always think it's the trade copier's fault, and it's really not. It's an exit, and we're kind of going, we're sidetracked, a little bit, but we'll cover this. So let's say we're in a trade, okay? And I'm going to put these out a ways away because I don't want to get filled in either direction, because I'm trying to prove a point here. Okay, so we're in this position, and let's just assume that this position is now flat and it went away, and we have these orders pending on the following account. So we had two accounts that closed, and then we have following basically orders. This trade was a short. We're flat. What ends up happening is as soon as the following account gets here, there's no open position, but there's a buy order, which means you're going to go long. And if this thing continues to go short, you're actually long in the position. The trade's going against you, and it's really, really important that you close out the position, because you're going to be deeply in the red before you know it. The same true will be, it'll happen in the opposite, direction. This happened to me yesterday, guys. If you remember in the elite room, I called it out and I said, well, this is interesting. I had a trade that, made, or maybe I didn't call it in the ER. No, I did. I made $1,000 on a trade that stayed open on one of my follower accounts when the position was flat. And I just happened to glance, and it was only one account that was left open. Now, fortunately, that account, I was able to close it, and it was green, but it could have easily went the other direction.
Yeah, we've had it go the opposite direction before.
Yeah. So again, if I cancel my orders cancel, but my position is still open, I got to make sure I close it, so I flatten it out. Yeah, Jeremy, it's always best to just make sure that you're in the control center, just to make sure that you're not like in some other app or, whatever it is. If, not everybody can have a dedicated trading only computer, and they have a bunch of other stuff, on there, like, I don't know, web browsers or whatever it is. So you just want to make sure that you're somewhere in Ninja, okay? Ideally in the order tab. So I have an order tab and a position tab on a completely different screen, and that's all I have. And then if there's a position open, I can see it. I just go into that window, and then I close, I flatten the position, and then I go to the orders tab, and I'll see all the orders that I open, and then I just hit the hotkey for that, and it basically kills all the outstanding orders. William, I don't know. I know that there's a couple of people that I've heard. William, what version of NT are you using? .26.1. Okay, so I'm on 26.1 as well, and I don't have an issue where you place the order where the cursor is, that the order's on that same, literally on that same price point.
How is your computer a good, like, decent computer, William? Because it could be like if your charts are struggling, that could be an issue. And what markets are you trading? I can see it maybe happening on NQ. But if you're trading like YM, RTY, because I've had that happen where, if the market is really zooming, but for the most part, it runs, well, 98% of the time, 99% of the time, it runs without problems. Then we had, let's see, there's another question. Ocean Blue.
Somebody was asking about hotkey for buy market and sell market. So, okay. So here's how you would do that. Not that you would, I mean, I don't know why you would do that, because you can just click on the chart trader to do that. But since you asked, we'll cover it. So you've got buy market, sell market here. Okay. So you can do that. But if you want to do a hotkey, then you go into your hotkeys again, and you go into the order entry section, and under general, there's buy market. And should be a sell one as well. And sell market. And you can just configure those key combinations that you want. And the same would apply. Jake, does that answer your question? You good with that?
Then had Ocean Blue S, is it better to use order key entries for sniper trades rather than the chart trader?
Okay, so here's the thing. Again, if you're using the Apex chart trader, okay, which is this guy right here, and you're basically, these are your only two buttons you're going to be working with. These two are used for simplicity. We'll cover that later. Which, here, you know what, we can. So you can configure this, any way you want. And where was it? So basically, just when you enable it, like for interbar scalp, you can just, for sniper trades, you just enable that. And then it just makes these, you can't use these two buttons. It just grays them out. And then all you have is, buy on close and then sell on close. So here, let's say buy on close, for example. So if you click on that, see it basically, as soon as the bar closed, it put us in the trade. Okay? That's for the chart trader part of it. Now for the order keys, and if I didn't answer your question, let me know. We can go back and cover that as well. Enter a stop limit order? Yeah, there is. You're basically on the opposite side of the price, and you're hitting a stop limit. So what was the question I was going to answer on the? Okay. So the question is for the people that are, and I think William, that was you. Who was it that was asking the question where they put the order in with the cursor? It was William. Okay, and you said that it doesn't always have, it's always off. How far off is it? Because I think this may be the problem, and now that I looked at it, I need to talk to CJ. And hey Ben, do me a favor. Can you check to see if CJ's in the ER?
I'm on it.
Because I think I may have found his problem. Nope, maybe not. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Were you thinking it had something to do with the offset?
I think so. No, maybe not. So it doesn't affect it here. I don't know why. It's interesting.
I'm not sure why I would do that, William. That's
Yeah, I don't understand.
odd
why.
on below that it would be 20 points.
Let's
I'm
see
not
if we
sure.
do this. Okay.
So
Well, the
yeah,
offset
that
has
offset.
definitely something to do with here, for sure. So we set this to 0.
0 should be right at the cursor point.
Okay, so my point, okay, so my entry now is 33,807, 806, right? That's where my cursor is. It's 805. Yeah, it's putting it in. So if we do an offset of 5, so if we go 805, has nothing to do with it. So this doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, I don't know. It's 8 ticks off as well, all the time. Yeah, I'm just...
That's interesting.
It's
I don't
weird.
know why it would do that.
Okay, so let's try up here. Let's see if we go at 34,000. Yeah, it's still doing it. Yeah, it doesn't... you know what? I don't know why it's doing that. Are you using the latest version of the toolkit, V#? Okay, so Patrick, you're asking about a stop limit. So if you're trying to go long, so for me it's set to go long right here, and I do the function, the control 2. That gives me my stop limit to go long. And on the reverse side, to go short, I do the 1. Whoops. So you can do a sell, stop limit, as opposed to a buy limit, right? So it's all about the opposite of the price. So it's a sell limit order or a buy stop. Patrick, what does Patrick just said? Okay, well, on the DOM I cannot do it. No, this only works on the chart. You can't do this on the DOM. It's interesting that your 10 ticks off, and your 10 ticks off all the time. I mean, I'm thinking that I'm thinking that range should be that. So if let's try this, 860, 70. No, it's doing it right there. That's bizarre. So I put it in at 32. I wonder what happens when it hits that price. What's going to happen? No, we got filled at 32. That's interesting. I have no idea.
Yes, I mean sometimes NinjaTrader can be a little special sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I really have no idea.
You could try clearing the database and clearing the cache. I know I do that every session, like every time I start up Ninja, or before I start Ninja, I clear all that out. But it is an odd thing. Like I can't remember a time. I mean, maybe I can think of that happening, but it usually always works. Not usually, it always works. But not to say there's weird things that can't happen.
Yeah, it's just really weird. So Jake, yours just puts a random order in when you do the cursor placement and you do the hotkeys. So, William, when you installed the toolkit and you put you have the order keys indicator on your chart, correct? Did you make any changes to the settings besides the hotkeys, or are you just using the default ones? I'm just kind of curious if maybe something got changed and you saved the template. I don't know.
Yeah, you could try taking it off removing the indicator and then putting it back on. But that's how the chart trader and order keys works. I know that, like Ron, I know he uses order keys all the time, and I use the chart trader exclusively. So
yeah, and I just set this chart up just for this for this video that we're doing, for this podcast, and I didn't change anything. Okay. I think I know what the problem is. Maybe. Are you using the correct Are you using the correct? Okay. So, William, I think I know what the problem is, because I just tried this right now. So I've got my mouse pointing at 33,834, right? And I hit the function key. Where's my entry? 33,828, right? Why is that? Because I hit the hotkey for the buy on sell close. I mean the sell on close. So one of the things that you guys need to check is that you cannot use, this may be the problem. Line 6 and line 5, those are the crucial ones that we need to look at. Okay? So let me go back. I need to, because that's the default, and I changed it on mine. So give me a second. Let me pull up. what it is on mine. And how do I have it? So I have...
So yeah, I guess if you're using the order keys and then putting a buy on close.
8521. No, so that's what I have. No, that's right. Okay, so 8521. Yeah, I changed the template on mine. So I think you guys have it different because I changed the template. I don't know what the default is. Ben, do you have the order keys? Can you pull it up on yours real quick?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
William, I think I may have the solution. Give me 1 second. I think we have this thing figured out. Okay. So I have the buy on bar close and sell at bar close at 8 and 5. I don't think that's the default. I think the default is 8 and 2, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, Ben, if you can't pull it up, I think I might be able to do that.
I'm getting it.
So I think I have... I'm pulling up on this other computer, so give me 1 second. Okay. So the way it's set up by default, it's the buy is on 8, the sell is on 5, and then the cursor buy and sell are both at 2.
Yep, that's what I have.
That's the default. And I don't think... I think they have it differently. Is it? 8.5 is default? Okay, and what does it show for the cursor by above and cursor by below? What does it have that set to, William?
On mine for 5 and 6, it's 2 and 2, but the cell below, you use the all button.
Right. Yeah, so I changed mine. And William, you're using the correct hotkeys, and it's still putting it in the wrong place?
Now what I'll do is I'll take this weekend in replay. I'll see if I can find out what the issue is, if I can replicate the issue, and then we'll...
Yeah, I mean, if I could
find something,
create it...
William will let you know.
Yeah, I mean, if I could create it, then... But the problem is I don't know... Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow, okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, I find for the order keys, especially doing the inner bar scalps, that's when it really shines for me.
Oh, well, we tried, so...
But yeah, also sometimes Ninja can just be kind of special. So, but if it doesn't work, right, if it's placing orders wrong, then, for the interbar scallops, you can always right click and place the order, and then use the chart trader for the Lorexes and other sniper setups.
Yeah, I mean, it's guys, I use it exclusively. And I have yet to miss an interbar scalp entry. Out of every single one that I've taken, I have never had one that did not go and get filled where I needed it to get filled. Ocean Blue, I'll answer your question in a second. Before I do that, I'm going to do a shameless plug. If you guys can please just hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. We've got like 40 of you guys in here, and I think we've only got like 13 likes. So if we can get a little more, that'd be great. So do I use Chart Trader for any other trades or just order keys? And then why? I use the order keys exclusively for everything because I want to see the order. And since I also trade my own live accounts, so your position in the queue, because it's first in, first out on placing an order, is key. And with the chart trader, what it does is when you do the buy on close or sell on close, it doesn't actually put the trade in until the bar closes. But if I see something that's building and I'm putting the order in before the bar closes, that means I'm that much farther ahead in the queue. Does that make sense, Ocean Blue? So that's why I use order keys exclusively. But before I got proficient with order keys, excuse me, and before the interbar scalp, I was exclusively using the chart trader with the buy close and sell close. And then when I discovered order keys, I'm like, oh, this is a nifty little tool. I kind of like this. And it made my world a lot easier. So yeah. So Todd, the only thing, and this goes to everybody that's watching and is going to do this. Before you do anything and you do it live, make sure you become proficient at it. You don't want to make any mistakes with this thing. Because when we're sitting here and talking about it, it's like, oh, this is great. We can make it work. It's perfect. Under the heat of the moment, when market's flying and you want to do all this stuff and all this other stuff is going on and you're trying to place a trade and you accidentally clicked the sell when you went to buy and you get filled and it goes in the wrong direction, I mean, it can cause havoc. So you want to make sure that you practice this to where you don't even think about it. And it's just when you see a point of entry, you're automatically into the direction you want to go without any hesitation. So yeah, make sure you practice. Like I said, remember the 25 mistake-free executions. Just do that. I mean, the more the better.
Yeah, for sure.
The TA does the exact same thing. The TA, just like the chart trader, it places the order, but what the TA does is it takes into consideration all the different requirements that are required for the setup. Where the buy close the chart trader, you have to know what you're looking for. So the TA just kind of takes it a step further. The execution part, it's the same. It literally does it at bar close, but if any of the components that are set in there are missing, then it will not execute the trade. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, from an order execution standpoint, the TA and chart trader, like they're going to enter on bar close, so it's the same thing. But like Ron was saying, the TA won't fire unless the requirements are there, per the setup. Like the trapped Xbox goes away, or if the trapped orders go away, then it won't fire. But using the chart trader, if they do go away, we've all seen trades where they go away like a millisecond before the bar closes, you'll still be into the trade.
I just saw a intrabar scalp set up on RTY. I was going to take it, and I said, better not. I won't be able to manage it. But I would have gotten filled. It's too good. I mean, it's just too good. The entry would have been 1922.9. I actually pulled my order out right before it got filled. So let's just see what happens. I'm kind of curious.
Well, it's going to win. That's just
of course it is, and it just did. So anyway, it was just too good. It was just too good. Jeremy, what were we going to ask about the interbar scalp? Oh, V-sharp, you took that one? Good. Excellent. People are going to be watching this thing later and going, what just happened in there?
Right.
All right. How long have we been at this? We've been going for,
about an hour.
Over an hour. And this was supposed to only be 15 minutes. Okay. Well, I hope that this was helpful and useful information.
Do we want to talk about that other thing we were going to talk
about? What's that? You want to drop the mentoring bomb in here?
I don't know if I'd call it a bomb, but
the stuff that we've been working on.
Yeah, so we've been talking about mentoring people, and we have the okay to do it, because not like people just can't, like everyone can always talk in the mentor groups and quote unquote mentor people, but we're trying to get a little more serious about the mentoring side. And so I know, because I've had people reach out to me and ask, and I know Ron has had quite a few people reach out and ask, and next week we're gonna launch it and get going on the mentoring side. And so I think Ron has an email set up. What was the email, Ron? I know you told me, but I forgot.
What, the mentoring at LargePips.com? Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah.
So you can either send Ron or I a Skype message if you're interested, or you can send an email to that email address. And because we already have a number of people interested in it, and it's going to be, we're not going to take like everyone, because we don't have, there's literally just not enough time in the day. So if that's something people are interested in, that's probably going to launch, or we're going to start doing that next week.
Yeah, real quick. So Ocean Blue, the order keys is not connected to ChartTrader and the TA. That is correct. However, the way you get the order keys option is by purchasing the ChartTrader. So when you purchase ChartTrader, you get the order keys indicator as well. And when you're saying to get them to work together, you can make them work together, but you don't want to place an order keys entry and arm your TA or arm your ChartTrader at the same time, because then you're going to double up on your orders. Does that make sense, Ocean Blue? Yes, Tony. So again, like I said before, let me show you the screen. So here's my cursor. Okay, so I'm going to place right here at 896 a sell order. Okay, and that's where it is. That's where my cursor was. It's at 896. Same would hold true if I wanted to buy. And is this thing going to get filled? What's the market doing? Yeah, it probably will. Or not. And then once it gets filled, the ATM will kick in to whatever ATM you've got selected. No, you cannot, because it has to be a key combination of something. And Val, there's a reason for that. When they programmed it, because they want to make sure that you don't just inadvertently just hit a key and that's going to be the one that's going to get you into a trade. That would be catastrophic, as you can imagine. Or the cat, correct. Or whatever you got crawling on your desk.
Cats. There was I think it was about like a year ago, there was actually a person who had a cat like climb across their desk and like got into a trade while they were out of the room or something. I remember them talking about it in the ER. And it was like,
that's
whoa.
right. That's right.
And it ended up winning too.
That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny.
So yeah, that's the gist of order keys in a nutshell. It's a pretty good. It's a really good tool in combination with the chart trader or standalone. Like Ron was saying, how you get in front of the queue. That can be really important. If you can make it work and you get practice on it and you can execute it flawlessly, like it's a benefit that can be overlooked when comparing it to the chart trader.
Yeah, and guys, the emails have already started coming in on the mentoring, so just bear with us. We'll get back to everybody. So just bear with us because the time is limited. So yeah, we'll actually do a formal launch podcast just on that, where we discuss that. We'll do that next week. Just don't know the day yet.
Question Blue, he asked, if the TA tool looks at additional criteria, why not use that instead of the chart trader? So I trade I trade Lorex, LREs, and Simplicity. The Lorex is not programmed into the TA. And so if I want to trade the Lorex, then I need to use the chart trader. Now, if it was in the TA, then, that's a different story, but it's not. So using the chart, when I see the signals come up and I see it coming off a level I like, and the indicator is firing, then, buy on close, or sell on close, whatever, whatever direction you're going.
Jake asked the question. That is in preparation for something that I'm going to show you guys, and I'm still thinking about whether I'm going to do this or not. But people have always asked me, what does my setup look like? So I've got a camera that's mounted, I don't know, like 7 or 8 feet above the ground, because that's kind of what it takes to kind
It's
of
a
get
NASA. It's a NASA
kinda-
control room. That's what it looks like.
to see what, and so at some point during our podcasts, I'll always, blurb in a live video shot of what I look like, and it's just more of like trying to bring a little bit more of a personal feel to you guys, to make it like we're all in this together, So yeah, that's the, and again, I've been struggling about whether I want to do that or not, for various reasons, right? I mean, I don't know. You guys can kind of fill in the blank, I guess, as to what would prevent me from wanting to do that. So, is there a way to get into the IBS 10 ticks away on purpose, hovering cursor on the mini-magnet? I don't understand. You actually have to, wherever the mini-magnet is, you have to count yourself 10 ticks away, and then that's where you put your cursor to place the order to go in the direction of the mini-magnet. And now we're kind of getting sidetracked on the Inabar scalp thing, but David's always got something to say, man. Gotta love
He's always
that
got
guy.
a funny comment.
Gotta love that guy. What is it
Well,
that
I
you want to
think
grab?
that
You want to grab the camera, or
probably your whole setup.
good luck with that. Well, next time I move, DC, I'll let you know, and then you can come and help me. What were you going to say, Ben? Sorry.
Well, I think that if there's not any other questions, I think that kind of wraps things up. I know that we've been going for about 75 minutes.
Wow, it's a long time. Well,
I mean, I can stay here all day, but
yeah, I could too, but it is Friday, and I've got a bunch of things to do. And Jake, do I use mouse order keys to get into IBS? What do you mean? Yes, I do. That's the way I do it. I use the mouse cursor placement to get into the interbar scalps. Okay. Any other questions? Don't forget the promo code is large for whatever the current discount is on that Apex is running, and right now it's 80%. So you get that, and I think normally it's 50% off. Do I know what the logic behind simplicity? I don't know if I understand that question. Jake. Ben, what's so funny? I'm missing something. What?
That's what Ocean Blue said. It's just
What's that?
what Ocean Blue said. It's just funny.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, sometimes when it gets really, really bad, how do I put it? I'll just take him out of the picture, and then
just take me out.
so I'll just take him
I'm
out.
gone.
No, I'm kidding. Ben gets to, he needs. He's the man. Ben is definitely the man. What is simplicity based on? I have no idea. That's a question for Daryl. He's the one that's his baby. I just trade it. And I know that it works, and it makes money. That's all I know.
Yeah, what Val said is how the indicator is written. I don't know how it's written,
Oh, I have no idea.
but I like it.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. Rob, you're okay. So adjusting the ATM. Yeah, I'm still working on it. I have to put it through the test, and then Ben's gonna have to test it, and he's gonna have to run because he's like the stat man, right? So he's gonna have to run the stats on it and see how it does. And once this is kind of like the beauty about all this, guys, is that and this is one thing that I'm forever grateful for, is that I actually got the opportunity to be alongside this great individual. Ben is just, it's you. You don't have to look behind you, Ben. I'm talking about you.
Let's try to figure.
There's nobody behind me. That's just this guy right here. So there's so many good things. I mean, it's with the, and this is I'm humbly saying this, with the little bit of information that each one of us is bringing to the table. I think you guys in here in the live and that are going to be watching this in the future are hopefully going to get something out of it, and that's why I think that this, I want to say, I don't know, relationship, whatever it is that you want to call between Ben and I, that's bringing it to you guys. It's we always try to do like the best of the best, and it's like we take what Apex has to offer, and then we bring some of like life experiences. I've got some coaching experience that I've got where I used to coach people, and whether it be life coaching or whatever, whether it's sales or what have you, and I incorporate that with trading, then I think that's a huge plus and benefit for everyone. I mean, that's the goal, because like I always say, it's like it's the day that I start hearing that people are not getting value from this, that's the day this thing goes away. I mean, there's no reason to do this anymore. So as long as you guys are bromance, yeah, whatever. There's that word again. Whatever. So again, it's all about you guys, and that's why we always encourage the interaction, and because it's all for you. Because let's be honest, we get nothing out of this, right? It's just the joy of just being able to help people. And when I started and got into this, I went through some struggles, and I'm like, this can work if people did X, and if people just stopped doing Y, then they would be able to do X. But a lot of people have a hard time doing it, and I actually enjoy taking people through the process and watching them get to X. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna leave that alone. Ben, if there's anything else you want to say.
No, I think you covered all of it. I'm just grateful to be here and for what you and I do, and getting ready to help people. And I think through all the videos we're doing, that I know that people are finding them helpful, which is good. And like Ron said, the second they're not helpful and this just is pointless, then we won't do it anymore. But I don't see that happening, because we have lots of good plans, and try and bring some of the stuff that we have, for experience and knowledge, and kind of share that.
So I just wanted to throw something out there, because we're trying to build the channel at some point. So one of the things that I was thinking about doing, and I haven't decided quite yet to the end, but when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away a 100K account. And I haven't decided if it's going to be an eval account or if I'm going to give away a PA account. So, which means that if it's an eval account, then it's just going to be an eval. If it's a PA, it's going to be a PA that I actually would have to figure out a way how to do. I don't know if we can do this, and I have to ask. So I don't know. We'll see. But it's something that I'd like to do. So I'll talk to Daryl and Lori, and somehow we'll figure if there's a way to do this. But definitely be able to give out a 100K account once we reach 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys know of anybody that's thinking about trading and wants to learn and go through the process, then just get the word out. It'll be great. So okay, Ben, anything else?
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, cool. So that's going to do it for us. Thanks for joining us again. I appreciate it. Ben, again, thank you very much for your time, as always.
Thank you.
Don't forget, everyone, to hit the like button. And don't forget the affiliate code of Large. Somebody just asked. And if you guys are around later on this afternoon for a power hour, we'll see you then. And if not, then we will see you guys in the ER, in the Elite Room on Monday, where I accompany Lori and Daryl Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 12 Eastern, and then I do the power hour between 3 and 4 Eastern. And with that, thank you again, everybody, for joining. Thanks again who's going to be watching. Thanks for all your time. I know that your time is valuable, and you can do a million other things, and the fact that you actually chose to be here with us or to watch this, I'm sure I speak for Ben as well. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. So thanks again, and we will see you all very soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.